Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta. We have on stage today the O'Kelly Irish Band joining us for our music. I know. I see a lot of green in the room, people preemptively not being pinched. It's very great. Let's sing together. Please rise in body or in spirit. This is Just As Long As I Have Breath. Just as long as I have breath, I must answer yes to life. Though with pain I made my way, still with hope I meet each day. If they ask what I did well, tell them I said yes to life. Just as long as vision lasts, I must answer yes to truth. In my dream and in my dark, always that elusive spark. If they ask what I did well, tell them I said yes to truth. Just as long as my heart beats, I must answer yes to love. Disappointment pierced me through, still I kept on loving you. If they ask what I did best, tell them I said yes to love. There is more love somewhere. There is more love somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more love somewhere. There's more hope. There is more hope somewhere. There is more hope somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more hope somewhere. There is more joy somewhere. There is more joy somewhere. And I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more joy somewhere. Awesome.
Well, we made it through another storm. Live to love another day. Welcome to this morning at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta. I am Reverend Terrence Strauss, Senior Minister here, and I am so happy to welcome you into this place where we are transforming lives through courageous action, where we are making soulful connection. And I see there are some more seats in the middle if folks are still coming in. The middle section, I think, is one of the good places to be for you. So come on in, welcome. Welcome to this house of hope, this house of belonging, where we find shelter after the storms of life that we are all going through. a place where you will feel valued, a place where you are seen, where you are cherished and beloved. You see, here we believe everyone has a trustworthy relationship with the divine by any name. Here is where we love beyond belief, and here we believe in you. We believe in your transformation. We believe you are beloved just as you are, and we believe in the possibility of who you can yet become. In this shared capacity to become more loving. We believe welcoming is not just a word, it is a practice. And we believe that we can all learn to address one another as they, them, until we know our true pronouns. And we believe, that we can be radically welcoming to those who do not share our complexion, race, age, or culture. Amen? Amen. And so we name this sacred truth. You are worthy, not despite of who you are, but because of who you are, because of your Black heritage, because of your Asian heritage, your Latina heritage, because you are celebrating Holi this weekend in the Hindu tradition, or because you are celebrating Purim this weekend in the Jewish tradition. May this be a time of blessed Holi and happy Purim for you. Because you have immigrated here, because of your gender expression, because of your queer love, because of your older age or your youth. See, at UUCA, we celebrate our uniqueness as a holy gift. Here we honor the worth and dignity of all people, and together we worship as one strong community with love at the center of it all. Are you ready? Are you ready to sign up for small group ministry? Seriously, I hope you are, because this can be a big, beautiful place, and sometimes it can be difficult to find your way. And one way that you can do that is by joining a small group ministry. This is a way to deepen your relationships, to get to know just a small group of people a little bit more intimately. So if you've been looking for a way to just make deeper connections here, to explore how our UU faith supports us through life's challenges, this is the perfect opportunity. It's a 6-session program. It's one of the most meaningful ways to be involved at UCA. It's a space for you to reflect, for you to share openly what's on your heart, and to truly connect with others who are also on the journey. So the time is now. There are only 30 spots available, 30, and registration closes this Wednesday. So the time is now. If this sounds like you've been looking for a way to get a little bit more deeply involved with your faith, but just for 6 weeks, this is the perfect time. So this is definitely a journey worth taking. You can go to our website to learn more. At this time, I would love to invite Penelope Schreibfeder to come forward and light our chalice this morning. May the light of this flame illuminate our mission of seeking, invite all who yearn for acceptance, and ignite our passion for justice and peace. Today is a very special day. It is our new member Sunday. Woo! And becoming a member of UCA is a powerful act. It is a choice to live by our shared mission, which hopefully by now you know is to transform lives through courageous action and soulful connection. It is your mission as a part of this community. It is a noble and exciting moment to step fully into community, fully into the warmth and love of this congregation, to say, this is my community. These are my people. This is where I will plant my roots so that I may grow. This morning, we are witnessing something truly extraordinary. We are welcoming 23 new members to UCA today. And actually, I want to say one more thing. If you are sitting out in the congregation and you have been thinking that you might be ready to join this congregation, you don't have to take a special oath or sign anything in blood. This can be your day to join in beloved community, to join us. So you are welcome to come forward and join us also around this chancel. If today's the day you're ready to join UCA, feel free to come on down. So in these days, in these times, our sanctuary is overflowing. As you've seen, our classrooms are full. The energy of UCA is undeniable. Every Sunday, we see more people walking through our doors, more visitors searching for meaning, connection, and a place of hope in an anxious world. And UCA offers that hope, living fully into our mission, our shared mission, and providing sanctuary to those who desperately need it in this moment. This incredible surge of new faces you see and new commitments does not happen by accident, my friends. Every member of UCA is a part of creating radical welcome. When you greet a visitor, when you offer someone a seat, when you extend a warm invitation into conversation, you are shaping this beloved community. And behind the scenes, there are some special folks at work. Our belonging team ensures that visitors don't just come through our doors once, but truly find their way here, find a sense of home. This small but mighty team reaches out to new folks between Sundays, answers their questions, helps them find their place, and coordinates our Pathfinders classes, which have been filling our largest classroom upstairs week after week. Their work is so essential in nurturing this growing congregation, and I want to take just a moment to recognize our fabulous belonging team who made this moment possible. Please join me in recognizing Janet Fulton, who will rise, hopefully, and wave, Bill Bozarth, Mary Callie Laxton, hold on, Leslie Samuelson, Bill Mengel, Lauren Bagger, and Bryce Thomason. Let us thank them. Their dedication is such a gift to this community, and they are hoping that others will join them in this meaningful work of community building. So if you are interested in becoming a force for radical welcome, please talk to any one of those folks about what it's like to join the belonging team. Even if you were a newer member of UCA, this could be your thing here. And I think it's a really fun and good thing to work with these folks. So let us turn our attention to those of you who are joining today as new members. The presence of both these new members and our existing congregation reflects the strength of this community, and I will say the great need for community that people have right now. We are so grateful and honored to welcome you all. And as I call your name, please wave. And we're going to shake hands also as I call your name, so a couple of things are going to happen. Congregation, please hold your applause until the end, when all the names have been named. You can learn more about each person by reading on the screen a little bit about them. And then afterwards, I hope you'll join us in the social hall for cake and celebration and get to know these amazing folks even better. So first, we welcome Viva Toller. Welcome. James Patrick Quinn. Welcome, James. Ginny Lewis. Oh, Ginny Lewis. I'll say a word about Ginny because Ginny joins us each and every week on YouTube from Aberdeen, South Dakota. Hello, Ginny. So wave to Ginny, wave. Welcome, Ginny. Did everybody turn and wave to Ginny? Let's all do it. We're so glad you're joining us. Mona Burkett. welcome. Everybody really wants to clap for all of you. We'll do it. Tom Crouch. Welcome, Tom. Rachel Caruso. Rachel, welcome. Lynn Saunders. Welcome. Thank you. Teresa Jones. Welcome, Teresa. Robert Rhodes and Nancy Rhodes. Welcome, Robert. Welcome, Nancy. Renu Deans. Thank you. Welcome. Let's see. Laura McGuffey, Mac McGuffey, and Denver McGuffey. Denver, I believe, was the impetus for getting Laura and Mac involved at UUCA. I can relate. My oldest sister is the reason my family became a UU when she was 6 years old. Corey Heary and Eric Ann Davis. Welcome, Corey. Welcome, Eric Ann. Sherry Mann Stewart. Welcome, Sherry. Pedro Cebollero. Welcome, Pedro. Nikki Pentelius. Pentelius, I did it. Charlene Smiley Crafton. Welcome, Charlene. We also have a few new members who have met with Bryce and who have signed the membership book, but they could not be in person today. They are Jules Rube, who I think will be on the screen. Yep, you've seen Jules. Margaret O'Connell, Emily Ferrando, and Nick Padula. Now please join me in reciting our new member litany that is on the screen. The existing congregation. We welcome you with hope and joy as you join us in this faith community, where we will support you on your spiritual journeys and work side by side with you for justice and peace. New members, today I become a full participant in this faith community. I support the mission and covenant of this congregation through my gifts and my service. Existing congregation. Inspired by those of you joining today, we renew our commitment to support the mission and covenant of this congregation through our gifts and our service. All together, may we become the people we aspire to be and the people the world needs. Welcome to you all. Now, actually, now that I have risen, why don't you stay if you could? We invite you to rise as you're willing or able in body or in spirit and join these lovely folks in this morning's movement prayer. First, we bow to honor the spirit of life. We lift our arms and embrace the gifts of spirits. We bring these gifts unto ourselves with gratitude and breathe. Smile. We share these gifts with the world. This is a soft clap. We remember to be present. Honor. Embrace. With gratitude. Share. Be present. Amen. May you be blessed. At this time, we would love to invite our children, 3rd grade and under, to exit and join their preschool or creative workshop for this morning. The location is just down the hall on the 1st floor. And as our children recess, please take this moment to turn and welcome your neighbor to this space, especially someone you have not met.
Congregation. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. The iPad froze on Patrick. No. Yep. We'll see if it works now. Fantastic. Beginning, please. Okay, wonderful. Since that last time, another thing has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time I trust my instincts, close my eyes, and leap. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love, I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. I'd sooner buy defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. Unlimited. My future is unlimited. And I've had a feeling almost like a prophecy. I know It sounds truly crazy, and true, the vision's hazy, but I know someday I'll be up in the sky, defying gravity. Just you and I, defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. So if you care to find me, look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free. For those who'd ground me, take a message back from me. Tell them that I am defying gravity. I'm flying high, I'm defying gravity, and soon I'll match them in renown. And nobody in all of Oz, no wizard that there is or was, is ever gonna bring me down. Thanks, everybody. Patrick Hutchison on the piano.
Thank you.
Look Well to the Growing Edge by Reverend Dr. Howard Thurman. All around us, worlds are dying and new worlds are being born. All around us, life is dying and life is being born. The fruit ripens on the tree. The roots are silently at work in the darkness of the earth, against a time when there shall be new lives, fresh blossoms, green fruit. Such is the growing edge. It is the extra breath from the exhausted lung, the one more thing to try when all else has failed, the upward reach of life when weariness closes in upon all endeavor. This is the basis of hope in moments of despair, the incentive to carry on when times are out of joint and men have lost their reason. The source of confidence when worlds crash and dreams whiten into ash. The birth of a child, life's most dramatic answer to death. This is the growing edge incarnate. Look well to the growing edge.
Blessed Spirit of my life, give me strength through stress and strife. Help me live with dignity. Let me know serenity. Fill me with all vision
Let us put hands on hearts. Feel the heartbeat, connection to life. Breathe in peace. Breathe out love. Say to yourself silently, I will love myself. I will love others. And that love can heal this world. At this time, we hear the joys and sorrows of this congregation. We send our love out to John Matthews, who will have spinal surgery on March 17th, and to his wife, Dot, who is caring for him at home. They would appreciate your phone calls, texts, cards, and visits as John recovers from this surgery. There is someone on your heart this morning, maybe more than one. Someone in need of love today. Someone who is struggling or suffering or has risen to the top of your heart in this moment. Please write their name into the chat and speak their name out loud into this holy cloud of witnesses now. May all beings find connection. May all people find comfort. May all of us find more ways to be more loving. Spirit of life, love eternal, we rest in holy gratitude. We surrender to a mystery beyond ourselves, asking forgiveness for our mistakes, for those times when we have been selfish or thoughtless, breathing in and out. We offer and we receive grace. We forgive ourselves and we forgive each other. We begin again in love. Now let us calm our bodies and our minds. We breathe in peace. We exhale. We relax into this space that our intentions make sacred. We enter into the silence.
Spirit of great mystery, hear the still small voice in me. Help me live my
I'm Reverend Jonathan Rogers. I am an affiliated community minister at Abundant Love Unitarian Universalist in Atlanta's West End and Faith Outreach Coordinator for Freedom University, a freedom school for undocumented students here in Atlanta. My pronouns are he and him, and I'm very proud to stand in front of you this morning wearing my green clothes in honor of one of the colors of the flag of Mexico. I first connected with Freedom University back in 2017 when I had the opportunity to participate in a civil disobedience protest against the segregationist policies of the Georgia Board of Regents. With the proud support of this congregation, I expressed our faith's affirmation of students' meritocratic access to higher education as a human right. I'm immensely proud to report that there are now at least 7 UU congregations here in North Georgia who are actively providing support to Freedom U. But it all started here at UUCA. Folks here have not only donated money, but opened their homes to students during their times of need in the past and been volunteer drivers for students who cannot safely transport themselves to class because of their undocumented status, and their family members cannot drive them without risking deportation. If you are interested in helping out in any of these roles, please see me after the service or send an email to faith@freedom-university.org. The support that this congregation and the Atlanta UU community have given to Freedom U will be one of the historically defining achievements when we look back at this era of Atlanta UU history. We are building beloved community by amplifying the work of a liberatory organization with our time, talent, and treasure. Thank you so much for your contributions to this proud work, and please help us to continue it today by giving to this morning's offering as generously as you are able. This morning's offering will now be given and very gratefully received.
Prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they cut me down. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the field of Athenry, by a lonely harbor. Harbor wall, she watched the last star falling as the prison ship sailed over the sky. For she lived in hope and prayer for her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. One more time. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry.
And now, please join me in saying our dedication of the offering words together. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action we call community, we dedicate our lives and these our offerings.
I want to take you back to a day in my life. It was December 4th, 2024, so not too long ago. And all had been rather well with my spirit since the election. I mean, I had felt honestly spiritually prepared for the outcome. And I was taking it kind of easy, resting to ready myself for the onslaught that I knew 2025 would bring. My spiritual practice and combined with the day-to-day dramas of raising young children kept me grounded and centered. And at that point, I had not been depressed, nor down, nor enraged for more than a few minutes. More importantly, I had not cried. Until December 4th, I went to see Wicked, Part 1, in the theater. It was nearly empty midday, and when Cynthia Erivo sang that song, Defying Gravity, something had changed within me. Something broke open within me, and I was sobbing, practically sliding down to the floor. I had to bite my jacket to keep from wailing and keening out loud. I mean, I was crying like I had not in years. And I was saying through the tears, how can I define gravity? How? It's gravity. I felt the full force of that song. Really, the notes themselves strike a chord in the heart. When I saw Wicked on Broadway with my children on the 20th anniversary and Elphaba hit those notes, we all gasped and choked. And one of my children turned to me, his eyes sparkling, and asked, "Why am I crying?" Musically, the song itself feels barely possible. And then there's that story that we all grew up with of the Wicked Witch of the West, powerful but alone with her crystal ball. And then the wizard, all powerful and all alone. So there I was, watching that movie, crying like a child, but I actually wasn't alone. Bryce was there with me, do you remember? And asking, how do we defy gravity through the sobs? Do you remember what you said that day? Together, you said. We will defy gravity together. And that's Dorothy's power, isn't it? The way she brings her family and her sense of home and that strong sense of place with her into the land of Oz. It's that group project of defying whatever evil they encounter with their collective, scrappy cleverness together, and ultimately dousing its tremendous, impossible power with something as simple as water. But back to that song, Defying Gravity. Elphaba finally realizes in that song her own personal power. She feels it coursing through her. She understands finally all she is capable of, and she cannot wait for others to catch up with her. She will not negotiate with terrorists. She will not capitulate the rights and dignity of those she defends. And because she was not well loved as a child, she makes her first and her greatest mistake. She goes it alone. And for a while, she does it. She does defy gravity. Her power is magnificent. That song is brimming over with her ferocious, singular, hopeful, personal power. And I believe this is a moment to contemplate our own personal power, as well as our collective power. Because, friends, we may have to do something as difficult as defy gravity. Even if it means finding ways to thrive when the political powers aim to keep you low, to keep you fearful, anxious, terrorized, sick, or worse. We will have to find ways to live whole, full lives in spite of it all, and especially now. We will not give up our peace for these 4 years or any amount of time. Amen? Quaker theologian Parker Palmer has something to say to us about this concept we heard earlier, the growing edge. He writes, "To see life steadily and to see it whole, we must find ways to hold the paradox of life in death and death in life. We can't live lives of meaning and purpose if we succumb to the horrors of apocalypse now, or if we fly off into the Aquarian fantasy of a day when peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars." And given what is going on in the US and around the world, it is easy for some of us to think apocalypse 24/7 and to fall prey to the anger and paralysis that comes with it. And we live in an era when, to quote Howard Thurman, times are out of joint and men have lost their reason. Okay, we'll say people have lost their reason, but while worlds crash and dreams whiten into ash. Without turning away from all the grieving and dying, we're not going to stick our heads in the sand either, which rightly held can redouble our commitment to life. We must learn to look well to the growing edge. When he calls the growing edge the basis of hope in moments of despair, the incentive to carry on, he's not indulging a cheap fantasy. These words came from a black man born into a culture of white supremacy, only one generation away from his grandmother's experience as an enslaved human being. He stood in a long lineage of lived testimony to the fact that new life beckons to us even in the midst of horrors. So, Parker Palmer asks us the same question I ask myself. What is the growing edge of your life? Some find it inwardly as they reach for a deeper sense of meaning and purpose. Some find it with other people at an edge where a relationship needs to begin or change or end. Some find it in their work as they look for ways to bring their gifts into deeper alignment with their soul's imperatives and the world's needs. Others find their growing edge in the struggle for justice in a broken world. The growing edge is rich with the promise of new life, but in our experience, moving toward it is often as slow as the growth of a plant. So the process requires patient tending. We seem to go through 3 stages before we can begin to see and have confidence in the flowering. The first is a barely perceptible nudge towards who knows what, mystery. This often takes the form of feeling that we're somehow out of alignment within our souls, or are out of alignment with our relationships, or our work, or with the world's needs. It's a quiet, intuitive sense that we've lost our way. We made a wrong turn somewhere, or we were forced to take a detour, or we were barreling down a speedway without paying attention. That's when we have to pull over, get out of the car, breathe, acknowledge that we're lost, and resist the anxiety that compels us to look for the well-marked road and miss the clues that point us towards the heart's imperatives. If we get too anxious about our not knowing, we'll either fail to begin or it will force a false outcome. It's living itself that begins to clarify where our growing edge might be. The second stage might be called arrival. But in the place where we've arrived, it can be hard to tell whether this is an ending or a beginning. It may feel like an empty space where what came before is long lost and what's to come has yet to show up. If we try to fill this void with work, make work, and other distractions because we cannot tolerate the ambiguity, then we will miss the growing edge. Our inner work is to embrace the paradox that new beginnings are also endings. Favor beginner's mind over past expertise, and face into the risk that what we find out on the edge of our lives may be something we don't know how to work with yet. At this point, it's easy to look behind us and romanticize the sense of security we had back in the day, forgetting that it was a sense of lostness that set us on the path to this strange new world. The third stage might be called surrendering to new life. That may sound like a piece of cake. What's not to like about new life? But there are times when it feels easier to relapse into some form of death in life. The situation we thought we wanted to grow beyond may be killing us, but at least we knew the ropes. While the new and the strange may bring challenges we can't imagine, let alone surmount. As the Guatemalan poet Julia Esquivel puts it, we are often threatened by resurrection. Friends, we are recalibrating toward a new world, one where we are barraged by threats, fears, and in many ways, this is a big part of the human story of survival under great threat. And so we can know that and look to other communities who have survived. But in our lifetimes, for many of us, this level of threat feels new. The growing edge flourishes when you are in your power, when you are loved into strength, when your strength is reflected back to you, whether in the mirror or by your community, when you are beheld in a loving way, when you know you are loved, either by a God or divinity, the universe, by a loving force beyond all understanding, when you are loved by one or by many, you can feel yourself begin to take up more space on this earth. You know you are worthy. You don't have to ask for it from anyone. No empire, no state, no government. You know it. I remember hearing this term, the growing edge, long ago when I was training for a moment to be a public school teacher. We had to watch ourselves teach a lesson and on a video in front of the entire class, and then the classmates would offer critique to one another of what we had just watched. Now, watching a video of yourself is not great, it's not fun. And watching a video of yourself in front of your classmates, even worse, and then having to hear them critique you, nearly unbearable. But the professor would frame the critique. She would ask, now what were this person's strengths, and where was her growing edge? The growing edge is the place where we need to grow. And isn't it hopeful that there is more for us than we ever thought possible? So where can you approach this moment in a loving relationship with your growing edge? Where do you need to grow now? Do you need to grow in courage? Is it time for you to step into leadership in a way you never have before? Grow in compassion? Has the time arrived for you to expand your heart and let more people in? Grow in rest and self-preservation? Is it finally time to take care of yourself really well? I mean, really, really well, better than even your mother took care of you. See, I believe the growing edge is calling many of us to care for ourselves in deeper and more sustaining ways. You may need to dedicate even more time and energy to self-love and self-fulfillment, especially as you are now wrestling with an uncompromising bully of the highest degree. You see, many of us have already dealt with authoritarian forces in our lives. Our fathers were too controlling for us to feel safe. Our previous partners were too manipulative for us to feel sane. Our old boss was too harmful for us to feel our own agency. And now this malevolent presence looms over our republic, our rights, our safety, and it reminds us of someone we thought we had escaped. And now we are under the thumb of this prevalent force. Slowly it is coming for our acquaintances, then our friends, then our family, and then us. Or so it seems. Or so it wants you to believe. but you have so much power. You have so much power. So take care of yourself really well. Love yourself like it is your job. It is your job. Yeah, the state's not going to do it for you. It's your job. Ready yourself for your next move, be it large or small, be it inner work or outer work. It all matters, congregation. It all matters. Becoming a more compassionate, more loving, more empathetic person is more than enough. You are enough. You are resisting. If you are to commit the sin of empathy, then sin boldly and sin often. Self-love is the growing edge for internalized oppression. See, it doesn't want you to feel that. The hope of this world, however, is you. The hope of this world is in your choice to love openly, fiercely, and proudly, to be more gay. The hope of this world lies in your choice to keep your peace strong and steady against the maelstrom. The hope of this world lies in your choice to rejoice and celebrate, not because we have won, but because we are alive, and life is worth celebrating. See, we don't need to ask anyone's permission to experience joy. The hope of this world lies in your choice to take up your cause with verve and gusto, to take on roles you never thought possible until now. The hope of this world lies in your agency, your freedom always to choose, the small choices and the major choices, to give life and to live freely in every way you can while we still can. So where do you find the growing edge? Friends, we are the hope of this world. Our energy, our capacity, our dreams, our efforts are precious and sacred. So love yourself well. You are so precious, and you are the hope of this world. As the daffodils and tulips and cherry blossoms rise to meet the sky, now is the time to seek and find your growing edge. I'll meet you there.
Please rise in body or in spirit. Let's sing together, answering the call of love. The promise of the Spirit, faith, hope, and love abide, and so every soul is blessed and made whole. The truth in our hearts is our guide. We are answering the call of love. Hands joined together as hearts beat as one. Emboldened by faith, we dare to proclaim we are answering the call of love. Sometimes we build a barrier
as a time of thriving and wholehearted living. Let us meet each day renewed by our hope for one another, our love for ourselves and for life, and the promise of growth.
We are answering the call of love. Hands joined together as hearts beat as one. Emboldened by faith, we dare to proclaim. We are answering the call of love. We are answering the call of love. Go in peace, everybody.